Hey kids, welcome to section 5.3 Tips and Gratuities. Today we're going to learn how to calculate a tip and the total bill. So you might wonder how you calculate a tip at a restaurant. Sometimes people carry around a little card in their wallet that gives them the different tips. Sometimes the restaurants now have a button where you can push what percent you want to tip and it'll tell you the amount. So either you do it in your head or you do it with someone else's help, but you should always tip. So knowing how to calculate a tip at a restaurant quickly and precisely is a good skill to have. This tip is a monetary percentage given or paid in addition to the base price for a service provided. Sometimes it's referred to as a gratuity. That's just a fancy word for tip. Now, there's many professions where giving the provider a tip is important. In fact, the bulk of their income is dependent upon tips. So, generally, any profession that provides a personalized service to you are given a tip. Waiters, waitresses, cab drivers, tour guides, hotel bellhops, hotel maids, valet attendants, movers, barbers, hairdressers. Depending on the service, these tip amounts can vary. So if you want to know how much you should give as a tip, I gave a little graphic here that kind of gives you some of the more popular places that get tipped, and you can kind of look at them and see if you agree or not. The most often one is a waiter. 20% of the bill. That's usually a really good percentage to give. All right, so let's look at some of these problems with tips. So imagine you are at Pizza Hut with your family and your bill before taxes is $35.97. How much should you tip if the service was superb and you wanted to tip 20%? Well, all I have to do is take the amount of the bill, $35.97, and multiply by the tip percentage as a decimal, so 0.20. This comes out to $7.19. Now, chances are you're not going to leave 19 cents precisely, but it's a rough estimate. Part B, suppose the sales tax on the meal is 6.25%. What is the amount of tax on the bill? Well, to calculate sales tax, you again go back to the total price of the bill, $35.97, and you multiply by 6.25% as a decimal, so 0.0625. This gives me a total tax of $2.25. So now, if I want to find the total amount, including tax and tip, that you paid for your family's meal, I would take again the price of the pre tax meal, $35.97, add the tip, $7.19, and add the tax, $2.25. This is going to give me a total bill of $45.41. So some people tip on the pre-tax amount and some people tip on the after-tax amount. So it just depends how the problem is worded. All right, example number 2, you and a friend have dinner at a restaurant. Your meal costs $15.85 including tax, and you would like to leave an 18% tip on the total, including the tax. Your friend's meal costs $14.30 after taxes, and he leaves a 20% tip similar to you. If the sales tax is 6%, who spent more on his or her meal? Well, the sales tax is already included, and we're leaving the tip on top of that, so we don't really have to worry about the 6%. So we've got you and we've got your friend. So you have a bill that's $15.85 and you're tipping 18% on the total. So 15.85 times 0.18, that gives you $2.85. Now we're going to find the total by taking the before $15.85 and adding $2.85. This is going to give you, sorry, wait for it. It's a big surprise. $18.70. Okay, so your friend's bill comes to $14.30. He leaves a 20% tip on top of that. So $14.30 times 20% is $2.86. Ooh, notice the tip is only a penny different. So then to find the friend's total, $14.30, we're going to add $2.86. Your friend's total comes to, hold on, $17.16. So the question is, who spent more on his or her bill? And you spent more. So your meal was cheaper to begin with, or your meal was more expensive to begin with, but you tipped less, but you still ended up spending more. All right, let's take a look at some more examples. Number 3, Sarah went out to a restaurant to celebrate her birthday with 4 of her coworkers. When the bill came, Sarah was not allowed to pay for any of the meal. The total bill came to $175, of which $15 was tax. They decided to leave a 20% tip. How much of a tip should the ladies leave the waitress? Well, the tip is going to go on the pre-tax. So we're going to take 175 and we're going to subtract 15, and that gives me 160. So then I'm going to take 160 and I'm going to multiply by 20%. This means we're going to leave a $32 tip. Now, how much did each lady contribute to this birthday dinner meal? Well, first I have to find that total. So I need to take the total bill, 175, and I need to add the tip, $32. This gives me a total of $207. Now, even though 5 people went out to eat, only 4 people actually paid for the meal. So I'm going to take 207 and I'm going to divide by 4 people. This tells me that each lady paid $51.75. Had the birthday girl also paid for her meal, they would have each paid less money. Okay, number 4. Margaret went to the hairdressers to get her hair washed, cut, dyed, and styled. She was very pleased with the results and wants to leave a 25% tip. Her bill came to $85. How much does Margaret end up paying for her salon experience? Well, to find the tip, I take the price of the salon experience and multiply by 25% as a decimal. So this gives me a tip of $21.25. Then to find the total bill, I take my $85 and I add my tip, $21.25. And this tells me I'm going to end up paying $106.25. All right, kids, so make sure you always read the problem carefully to see if you're going to be tipping on the pre-tax or the after-tax amount. All right, that's the end of 5-3. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And as always, keep calm and keep trucking.